Hey everyone, Pastor Russ here. Thank you for taking just a moment and allowing me to share my heart with you today. I don't think I have to tell anyone about the unrest and the outright division that is in our nation today. Ever since May 25th, and most all of us have seen the video of George Floyd dying on the streets of Minneapolis under the knee of a white police officer. Ever since that video went viral, we've went from a pandemic to protests to cities burning all across our nation. And I want to say something loud and clear here today, that we here at the Fountain of Life, not just me, our pastors, our leaders, this congregation, we stand against the evils of racism and injustice. And I'd like to correct something too. We often say, we're just one human race. God doesn't see color. God doesn't see race. That's wrong. He does. God made us this way, white and black and brown. He does see color. And he sees more than color. He feels the pain that our black brothers and sisters are facing today. I hope you do, because I do. I do. And so I want to call us to pray. And we're going to do more than pray, but first I want to talk about prayer. I am declaring June the 3rd, Wednesday, June the 3rd, a day of fasting and prayer for the healing of our nation. I want us to pray for our neighbors. I want us to pray for our communities, our cities, and our nation. And on June the 3rd at noon, the pastors are going to be joining me, and we're going to go on Facebook Live, and we're going to have a time of focused prayer for the healing of our nation. I hope you'll be able to join us at noon, June the 3rd, for a time of prayer. And for those of you who are saying, well, that's well and good, Pastor Russ, but we need to do more than pray, you are absolutely right. It's time to do more than just pray. And so here's what I've done. I've invited a fellow pastor, an African-American pastor who pastors in Edgewater, New Jersey. Restoration Station is the name of his church. His name is Pastor Dorian Morgan. And he's going to be joining me Sunday for the message. There's a time for sermons, but there's also time for conversation. And this Sunday is going to be a conversation as I interview this African-American pastor. What are you going to talk about, Russ? Well, we're going to talk about racism. We're going to talk about systemic injustice that's been going on for way too long. And we're going to talk about what we can do. You know why? Because love is an action. Love is more than prayer. Love is more than worship. Love is an action. So we're going to talk about what we all can do to see this divide bridged. At the close of our interview, our message this Sunday, we're going to be sharing communion. He and I together are going to lead you in a time of Holy Communion. So I want to encourage you to prepare the elements, the bread and the juice, as we unify around the body and blood of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Let me say this in closing. The gospel is more than atonement. It's transformation. And I'm inviting you to join me as we together see transformation in our world today. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.